What's going on, Pisces? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Pisces. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I almost feel like I should have like lights flashing. So I had like a whole disco scene in my head there, Pisces. We're just rolling with it. But back to you. With this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the discos with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Pisces. So I'm going to be pulling a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if you all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested in Pisces. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like, so definitely give them a check out. I finally got that list updated, so yeah, they're very intuitive group, give you a nice little variety there, Pisces, so go check out the energies. But let's see what your first card here is. Interesting, I'm with it. You got the third card of Sagittarius here, which is the crew card. And with this crew, this is a card of in sync, esprit de corps, working together as a unit, team, leadership, co-create, pooling assets, camaraderie, gung-ho, forming alliances, partnerships, and team effort. So the energies that really kind of pop in through here, Pisces, are really the team effort and the in sync that are coming through. And this could be maybe for some... If this is like a work thing, for example, this feels like that if we don't feel like we're in an environment where... If you don't feel like in an environment that is... Because I get where it's hard to find like that perfect job. But, there are a lot of times where we'll sacrifice a lot of things, just because it'll pay the bills, you know what I mean? It'll keep that foundation solid. But this feels like that if there isn't... Yeah, if there isn't that cohesiveness there that we've, and it's just getting to this place where it's not worth it in the end. And listen, this is not me saying to quit your job or anything, Pisces, but this could be something where we are... I feel like... It's interesting, Pisces, because I feel like that it's not necessarily saying to leave your job or anything along those lines, but it is saying that if we're, let's say if we're choosing to stay in that environment, because listen, Pisces is a judgment-free zone, and I get it, we do got bills to pay, but I feel like that is like getting involved in maybe some other activities that involve you to be more in sync with the team. Maybe this is joining, I forgot who I was talking with this about this, but, joining maybe a crew team, getting a row stuff that going on there, Pisces, get that arm workout. I imagine that's probably real good for the core and the leg. This is like maybe I'll go join the crew team, Pisces. Or this could be like maybe we're joining like a soccer, or maybe even like and if this isn't like a sports thing, just some sort of activity where we're communicating with the group, where it's like we could even be doing like maybe we're cleaning up around, maybe there's like a body of water around us, like a river or a lake or some things like that. We're cleaning up around there, just something that involves more kind of like just coming together and really kind of like group type of work here. And I feel like that really makes sense with your sign in general, Pisces, because yours one is you really do have this love and this compassion for the collective, and I know I'm sure there were some of you who are just like, I don't care for people, and listen, I get that, but it's, we can't do everything by ourselves, Pisces. And it is nice to get involved in. And listen, this doesn't even have to be in person. Maybe we're doing something online. Maybe we're participating in some sort of like, I don't know, maybe like there's like an online, I don't know, I'm thinking chess, but maybe online chess group, or maybe joining some type of forum, maybe where we're having conversations, or maybe even jumping in a group and just having some type of discussions. But a lot of energies of like camaraderie here, and like, yeah, just like kind of forming alliances and things, Pisces. But let's get some tarot on this and get some more details. And maybe that's something too. If you were the ones that were just like, nah, I don't care for people. Maybe this is something where it's like, why don't we care for people? Kind of doing a little thorough need into that. It's just like, is it the group that we're hanging out with? Were there any kind of common interest? You know, like where was the dissonance at? You know, like there's some extra stuff there to think about, Pisces. Well, let's get the. Thank you. Let's see what your cards are here, Pisces. Nice, okay, it makes sense. So you got the, I'm with it. So you got the Page of Wands and the Six of Swords in reverse here. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, the Lovers, and then the Seven of Swords upright here. And you know, Pisces, just honestly just kind of thinking with these sixes, I want to say in numerology, the sixes are very creative energy, and energies of love and things along those lines. And that might be something here we talk about in a second, but I do feel like that the energies are saying that if we've been kind of like stuck in an energy where, I don't know, I just feel like we're being held back in some kind of way, or there's a need where that, or it's just like either our creative potential, or just like it feels like that our skills or something are being valued, or if if you're feeling anything along those lines, Pisces, it feels like that. How can we, or where else can we pour our energies to restore that balance, to get this kind of this reciprocity here? And because it almost kind of feels like, the Seven of Swords can be a card of like lying, cheating, trickery, and things, but and if we're in some sort of toxic environment like that, the nice thing I will say about situations like this is that they do teach you discernment. Because I feel like with your sign being as compassionate, as kind as you are, Pisces, that maybe it feels like that sometimes that people may be taking advantage of your energies kind of there. It's like you're giving a lot more than you're getting back. And this may not even be in like a malicious sense. It just might be, Pisces, you just might be just an overgiver. You might have just so much to give that they, of course, like they can't keep up, and it maybe even need to be. And it's not, because listen, Pisces, that's something I've been kind of, I got a lot of Leo in my chart, and I give a lot, and it's something, it's a tricky one to unpack, and where it's like you're trying to keep your sense of self even. But I do feel like that those situations they teach you discernment, and they do kind of show how to find that balance of who can handle that energy and who can't, you know what I mean? Who can kind of give that return back, or what situations can give that return back. Because maybe we're the type, if this is like a job thing, maybe we do, again, pour all our energies into work, but then we're not getting anything back. We're picking up hours, maybe covering for coworkers, maybe that you may be the savior of the office, Pisces. I remember we had a competition at one of my last jobs where it's just like, it was like a voted most likely to pick up a shift, or to kind of be there in a pinch. And that might be you, Pisces. You might be the one that like, yeah, I can pick this up. Oh yeah, I could always use the extra money. Oh yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I do that. But it's just like, is that really what we want to do at the end of the day, Pisces? Are you getting that true fulfillment? Is this really kind of filling up all of your cups, or is it just, and listen, there's nothing I feel like wrong with that, wanting to do those things for others, but it's just, I feel like it's being mindful to doing this thing to your detriment, finding energies that do, where you are, having that team effort, because life is a team effort, and it almost feels like with the Seven of Swords too, because the Seven of Swords really is a cool card when you think about it. It's a tricky one, because it's like, this is the moon in Aquarius, and when you think about that, the moon deals with the past. They rule over Cancer, and it's associated with like the home and ancestry and things. And Aquarius, being ruled by one of their rulers, Uranus, is about the future, about change and things. And it's just like, it's like taking the energies, you know, these situations that we learned from the past, and how do we apply them to the present, to very, almost very high priestess with the Seven of Swords vibes here that's kind of coming through here, Pisces. I see you, and that makes sense too, because you're powerful, intuitive. But yeah, it just seems like it's finding a place where your energies can really shine, but not just by itself. You know, it's like that there's something that's keeping that shine as well. And if this is like a relationship, let's get to that, Pisces, because this could be where. And again, it's like, even if we do have this energy is of like over giving, it's not that I don't feel like it's a bad thing, but it's just like sometimes when we give so much, we can get into this place of where we expect in return. And I don't feel like it's something that you're doing this because you want that, Pisces. It's almost just like a subconscious thing maybe. And I feel like it's just with this Lover's energy, it's just like trying to establish that balance. Or if we know that it's going to be a hard adjustment, just really getting into that mindset of, or getting comfortable with that giving without expectation. Or it's very tricky. Let me get a little bit more on this on the Lovers here, Pisces, because that's a thing too. But it's a I feel like it's a delicate balance with that one. Oh, these swords. Okay. Let's see what else we got here, Pisces. Okay, so the Lovers is clarified by the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and then the Two of Cups here. And that's a powerful thing, Pisces. I feel with the Two of Cups and the Lovers being together, there's something here about just making sure, again, to just fill up as much energy as I feel like you're putting into others, into maybe situations and things. It's just, again, finding that balance of doing loving things for yourself. And this does kind of feel like, if this is a relationship too, it's like sharing your thoughts, as far as just like, hey, you know, where, you know how like we always do the same thing that you like to do. Maybe you're the type that says like, you know, where you say like, you know, yeah, I don't really care what we do, but you know, every now and again it would be nice if like the other person would ask. And I feel like too, Pisces, that may be something where it's just like, maybe we're expecting others or someone to maybe like kind of read your thoughts, or be just kind of, I'm not sure, Pisces, with like the King of Swords being here. But you know what? With all these swords here, I do feel like that if there has been this if the energies haven't been quite lining up how you've been expecting, just communicating these feelings, Pisces, and making this thing known, and so that we can work on this stuff, so we can work on this balance and take this new idea. Because the Knight of Swords is Aquarius for me. He was the first 2 deacons of Aquarius and the last of Capricorns, and it's taking this energy that we're doing and how we're moving it into the future. You know, how does this situation kind of change? How do we grow? How do we evolve? And because I like this too, when you think about the King of Swords, he's got all these butterflies on the back here. It's taking that knowledge that you don't, once you take that knowledge that you learned about something and put it into action, that's how that wisdom happens here. That Gemini energy, King of Swords, first 2 deacons in Gemini, last of Taurus. So a lot of energies I feel like here of just like kind of like the duality, of course, but just like that, yeah, that give and take, that reciprocity is the name of the game here. All right, Pisces, I'm with it. Let's get another oracle on the mix here. So we got here, Pisces. Alrighty, you got the 6 card of Libras here, which is the Repairman card. And with this card, this is a card of repair, fine-tune, heal, fix, many working parts, reset, proceed carefully, needs fixing, make adjustments, recover, skilled, make things right, mend, restore, and upgrade it. And the energies that are sticking out here, Pisces, are the repair and the reset here. And I feel like maybe for some, there may be some relationships, whether this be with people or maybe with the situation, or this could even be something, we can broaden this a little bit, Pisces. Maybe this could be where our living situation isn't feeling in sync here. You know, maybe maybe we're living in a place that has, I don't know, either there's a lot of noise or maybe it just feels like that the environment doesn't seem to support what you need. It's just like maybe even just like a reset on that aspect, but it feels like that there's something that maybe we need to kind of start fresh here. Just kind of maybe take like a reevaluation of, again, where we've been maybe kind of pouring our energies. Have there been any sort of energies of like taking advantage or anything along those lines, Pisces? And if so, if you notice that this stuff has been keeping you stuck and not been able to move forward, it's just like, what can we do to change that? You know, how can we repair these situations here? And there may be some, maybe too, with just how you got the Lovers and the Two of Cups here. You know, just if we're in like a relationship, maybe things have been feeling a little strained, it's been a little unbalanced, but I do feel like it may be a tough conversation, but if we feel like we're in this place where we can repair or want to repair a situation, and this could be in love and family and business, friends, but I feel like this is a great energy, especially with, you know, we still have this Cancerian energy going on for a couple more weeks. This Two of Cups here is Venus in Cancer, and I feel like it's communicating those heart desires and mending those relationships. And Venus deals with relationships, so does Libra. And whether we repair this thing or not, I do feel like that there is a lot of growth, again, that can come from this, a lot of wisdom that we can attain from these situations, so that when we're getting into the future, we spot these signs a lot sooner. And I don't feel like that it's necessarily like, because the thing too, you know, sometimes when we go through like maybe kind of tough situations, especially if there wasn't like a lot of reciprocity and things, we can kind of set up these, for example, let's say with love, we set up these hurdles for people to jump over. And I feel like everyone deserves a reset, Pisces. You know, as far as they deserve a reset. It's, you know, see what energies they're bringing, but you just view them with the lens that you've grown from. You know what I mean? Just like if we notice any kind of red flags or notice any sort of like repeat signs, it's just like kind of getting eyes on that, maybe discussing that early and just kind of listening to what others are maybe even saying. Listen to the words, or how there's something about communication here, Pisces, as far as like how others maybe some like some signs there. But let's get some tarot on this. See what we got here, Pisces. Alright, Pisces, so you have, look at you ace. You have, this is dope. You got the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Wands in reverse here. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, the World, and then the Ace of Pentacles upright. You know, Pisces, it almost feels like with this energy, with the World popping up, you know, because Saturn is going to be in your sign. He's just going retrograde right now. It'll be retrograde until about, until, I want to say November. I think it's November 4th that he's going to be retrograde. And you know, if this is not, I bring that up for some because I feel like that maybe for some there's a need to repair, do some like kind of internal work, because this Neptune as well, because one of your rulers, Neptune, just went retrograde as well. But with Neptune and Saturn being retrograde in your sign, since we're talking about it, you are in a very spiritual time, Pisces. You know, you're going to be, you know, a lot of your Pisces placements are going to take on that more kind of Saturn flavor, that more authoritarian kind of that kind of like a restrict kind of like thinking about the big picture type of energy here. Conjunctions are very interesting type of aspects, you know, when we're blending those energies together. And it may get you to this place where we start kind of getting into like a nostalgic place, you know, because with that growth it gets uncomfortable. We start maybe doubting our ideas, start getting a little anxious and things, not sure where to channel our energies, and then it just starts affecting, you know, starts doubting. It adds a lot of uncertainty to the mix for a little bit while the energies are integrating. But I feel like we want to be mindful of, you know, getting trapped in the past, especially with Neptune as well, now that I said that too, being retrograde in your sign, because, you know, Neptune deals with that sort of like escapism and the things that are hidden, asylums, you know, hospitals, things along the confined spaces and stuff. But, you know, we want to be mindful of things that are holding us back and that are preventing this abundance and things. You know, maybe there are certain ideas that we've been operating on that just aren't serving us anymore. And it almost feels like, too, maybe for some, it's just like, I almost feel like maybe for some, even with like relationships, it's like maybe we've been trying like the dating scene. It just seems like things have been just kind of missing. You know, it's like, you know, maybe there's this passion in the moment, but then as soon as that starts to fade, it's just like, as far as like long-term things, it's very interesting, Pisces, what's going through here. But I do feel like there's a need to just kind of evaluate just the seeds that we've planted so far. So as far as like our this could be our work, this could be our friendships, you know, and just seeing how that has shaped your picture up until now, kind of shaped your world. And if we found that if we feel that we're kind of stuck in some kind of cycle, or that there's nothing here there hasn't been maybe any kind of like fresh ideas or any sort of like fresh movement or something along those lines. I feel there's a need with the Six of Cups to kind of create some newness here, to bring some very interesting. But all right, Pisces. I thought I had some more with that, but I think we're good there. Yeah, hopefully that made sense. A lot going on in there. But let's get some tea. And let's get your last card here. Oh. All right, Pisces, you're efficient. And it's one of your cards, which is interesting because you got the 6th card of Pisces here, which is the childhood card. And with this card, this is a card of innocence, playful, growing, friendship, lightness of being, foundations, need of others, revisit the past, loving life, no worries, inexperience, growth, and new beginnings. And the energy that's kind of popping out here, Pisces, is the need of others. And, you know, the 6 of Cups kind of reminds me of this card in a sense. Just you got when you're thinking about the past, it could be about some, you know, getting to that potential, that childhood energy. But this need of others almost feels like that maybe for some there's this energy of possibly of maybe even some like kind of codependence. You know, maybe we're the types that's like we may overgive as a mechanism to kind of maybe keep others, not necessarily lock them down, but it's just like we're like a fear of maybe losing them, so we're always trying to be on all the time, you know what I mean, just trying to pour out and give, just Ace of Pentacles all the time. Like I'm not sure what that is, but I do feel like that, especially with the 6 of Cups being here on top of that, there is a need, I feel like, for maybe revisiting the past, kind of seeing if we've noticed any type of trends with that, because there may be something where, or, you know, and this could be vice versa, Pisces. Maybe we're in a situation where a lot of others depend on you, you know, and it's just been, I don't know. It's just like it seems like that maybe we just happen to give, but never give back to ourselves. It's very, very interesting energy here, but it seems like it's something that is. It doesn't feel like it's coming from like a you know, like a weird, like a tricky place or like a malicious place or anything along those lines. It's just that maybe there's been it's something that it may have been ingrained or that was just learned, and it's been hard to get kind of out of that cycle here. But I feel like with Saturn being here, this is something that's needed to be maybe be worked on here. That's wanting to grow. That's wanting to help you expand. But let's get some tarot on this. Get some details. Interesting, Pisces, because you got the Judgment here. And that does feel like that there's something with, as far as, yeah, just needing to be, like, either let go of a past thing, past behavior. Interesting, you're racking up all the aces here. Okay, thank you. All right, last little bit, Pisces. Okay, so you have the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands in reverse here. And then we have the Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, and then the Judgment upright here, Pisces. Now let's switch back over. Because this is very interesting, Pisces. You know, I feel like with the Ace of Wands, again, it's just being mindful of just where we're channeling our energies right now. It just seems like that maybe we've been in this place of where, considering that you got the Ace of Pentacles here, it's just like, it doesn't seem like that there's like, the problem doesn't feel like that is commitment per se, you know. I feel like we're ready to invest in things, but it's just, I feel like maybe with your Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands being in reverse here, it's just like maybe we're not thinking before we're really just putting in this energy, and it's just like, it's not limiting your growth, but I feel like it's sending you in an I feel like it may be sending you in a direction that we may not want to go, Pisces, or that we may even be kind of forcing ourselves into doing, you know, like, I'm not sure, Pisces. It just seems like that it feels like that there's a need to, like, connect with yourself again with the Hierophant. You know, he's the bridge between the divine and the material realms, and so are you, Pisces. I mean, you're being represented by the fish, that duality. You're so always swimming between the spiritual and the material realm, and I feel like it's finding that, and you know, yours, Pisces. And again, it's not that it's not that it's not like being around people, but maybe this could be something too, just having like a little bit of alone time with your, you know, just kind of being with your energies, just kind of meditating with yourself, and just kind of exploring what energies that you want to grow from, where you feel that you either need or that you're wanting to let go. Because your sign, because I have a couple of 12th house plays. I have about three, my sun, Mercury and Chiron are all in the 12th house, and sometimes with 12th house and like Pisces placements, there is that need to withdraw, you know, to kind of need to just sort of collect. Even you could be, because I'm a big old socialite. I love, you know, hanging out and talking with people and whatnots, but I value my alone time. Like, it's really kind of, it's a lot. Like, I really do value that, and I feel like that's something maybe for some of you that it would benefit you as well, you know, just kind of carve out little pockets for yourself, create a safe space for you to kind of commune with the spirits and your higher self, and just kind of check in into, I don't know, maybe, you know, say that dream world, Pisces, but very interesting, Pisces, but I think I'm going to leave that there, but definitely something to think about, because you do got some pretty big planets that will be retrograding your sign, and you're in a very spiritual type of energy, and I feel like that's going to be very beneficial for you, Pisces. A lot of wonderful things can happen from that, but then I'm going to leave that there. So if anything resonated with you, if you like that, Pisces, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Pisces, or you know someone who's maybe just been, yeah, kind of feeling out of sync with the team, or just like, you know, with a group, or, you know, just been needing just some healing. You know, maybe, again, this could be even just some like childhood stuff. Not sure, Pisces, but well, I'm about to get back into your reading, Pisces, but share this. And then if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I have these videos each week. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And definitely as the group grows, I'm going to start posting different, you know, guided affirmations, healing music like binaural beats, things along those lines. Maybe doing a connecting with the divine, with the Hierophant, or communicating with your highest. I think that's the same thing. The lovers and the Hierophant, got to figure that out. But check that out, Pisces. And then lastly, I don't think you got any Cancer cards here. We got the Two of Cups, but not that you need it. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. The moon's about to be, fun little fact, Pisces, the moon is going to be in Pisces around my birthday here in a few days, so that's dope. But all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out here. Look at all these knights. Pisces. You do got quite a bit of people here, Pisces. You got the Knight of Pentacles as your surprise card. And I'm getting your oracle. The Knight of Pentacles. There's something here about like just kind of, because this is Taurus energy, you know, and it feels like that there's this need of just kind of thinking about where we're, again, there's really just like, it feels like this need of like paying attention to where we're investing our energies, you know, of like how we're pouring into this stuff. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he's considered the slowest moving knight in the deck. And I feel like that's because he considers all of his options before. And then listen, I don't feel like it's something we want to overthink per se, but it does seem like there's a need to just kind of check your security and see if there's something that maybe we've been either kind of rushing, or that there's, or if there's something that has just been kind of ingrained in our foundation that's been wanting to change, you know. Let me see what your oracle card is. Interesting. You got the Vision card in reverse here. And it almost feels like that we're not seeing something for what it is, Pisces. You know, there's... It feels like that maybe there's some, either some kind of signs or some signals that we may be kind of like repeating a cycle, maybe because it's interesting that you would get the World upright moving into completing a cycle, but we have these cards of the past, you know, a lot of like almost staying rooted, and it's just like maybe there's something here before we can fully move on to that next chapter, start all over from the World to the Fool again. There's something else that just that's needing to get eyes on, you know, that's wanting to transform here. So very interesting energy, Pisces. So just kind of sit with this stuff and, you know, kind of meditate, maybe do some journaling, maybe even do you know, considering your sign is such a dreamy sign as well, you know, that might be something too. You know, keep a journal by you. When you first wake up, just kind of keep whatever first thoughts, or if you remember your dreams, just kind of write those down. You never know what kind of messages are in there, Pisces. So I'm gonna leave that there. But yeah, very interesting. I feel like there's some signs here that are trying to be communicated to you, and it's just paying closer attention, Pisces. Really tuning into that intuition. So, but I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Pisces, with your sports teams, you know, joining crews and all this stuff, and healing, possibly, you know, whatever that's looking like. And raise your vibration through the roof. Raise it to Saturn. Raise it to Pluto. Let them know that you see where the growth can happen, and then we're gonna work on it. Absolutely, that's all part of the journey. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.